So the first question, that how landscape is important. So what does the landscape do or help, Anita Desai? It helps to give you an insight or gives you a glimpse or to convey much about, because much about character, society, history and time. So this is one of those questions. And second question, that what do you seek in landscape? That what is that thing that you look for in landscape? Huh? So what does characters look for in landscape? You see, in landscape, in nature, in environment, there is a sense of pattern. Okay, there's a sense of pattern, harmony, okay, which the characters or which their lives, in their lives they have lacked. So they have lacked harmony and they have lacked pattern. And ये दोनों ही बातें नेचर में हैं, लैंडस्केप में हैं. इसलिए why do characters take refuge to landscape? The reason is this: to look for pattern, to look for harmony. And when they cannot have it in society and relationships, they turn to landscape. So it is in society and in relationships they have not been able to have. So in short, you can understand that in relationships and in society they have not had that sense of harmony and pattern in their lives. Therefore they take recourse to landscape, because landscape offers that sense of rhythm, that harmony and that strong sense of pattern. Okay, this is how landscape is crucial. Clear? Now there is one question, that how what do you feel about women in the past? Okay, so if we can understand that Anita Desai is a modern writer and is talking about new women and is talking about women in general and particular, then how is it different from the women of earlier times, or how is it different from women of the past? Then she replies, she says that yes, both the women, whether it comes to say the women in the past or the women in the present, she says that both the women, they have been equally gifted, they have been endowed with the gifts of God. That is, in terms of potential, in terms of talent, they have been equally talented, whether it be a modern woman or an ancient woman or an old woman or just a little bit before the modern woman. But what has been the difference? The difference has been in the opportunities. The difference has been in the possibilities. So what she wants to say, that the kind of possibilities and opportunities which a modern woman has now, they were not there in terms of choices with the women of previous times. Clear? So even if they did not have that possibilities or that opportunities, but that should not give you a sense in your mind that they were less creative or they were less gifted. They were equally creative and equally gifted. It's just they did not get that opportunity and the possibilities in their life. Clear? Okay. Now, one of the things which is very talked about when it comes to feminism is so on being asked, Anita Desai से पूछा गया, do you consider yourself to be a feminist? या आप किसी से भी पूछते हैं जब ऐसी बातें होती हैं, so she replied, she said that it's not a party meeting where you are supposed to subscribe. That is, when it comes to me, if I have to answer whether I'm a feminist or not, she says that I am not a card holder. I am not a card holder in the sense that yes, I am a feminist, I am a such and such, I am such and such, right? So she denies this stance that I am not a feminist having a card holder, that yes, okay, I take out my card and say that yes, I'm a feminist. No. She says, but of course my books are about women. She says, Anita Desai says that yes, this is true that my books are about women. Okay, it is only because I understand them better. And why does she understand them better? Is because she herself is a woman. So what she has to say is that it is very important for her to say. Therefore, this is an urge, this is a compulsion that she has to talk about women, right? She has to talk about women. Now, being a woman writer, I certainly am interested in women, but not exclusively. Okay, she says that I am not a card holder and I am not exclusively interested in women. Right? She is interested, but not exclusively, because I don't want to narrow my writing, because my entire corpus of writing, or my, and this oeuvre is not just to do with only women, only women, only women. No, it is not exclusively about women. So do you understand that stance of feminism which she takes, that when it comes to women, that yes, she understands them better and therefore she talks about them, but she's not exclusively a feminist, because her writing is more to do with rather just confining to women only. So had it been just exclusively women, she must have had said, okay, yes, I'm a feminist. But to put her as a feminist would be to narrow down her writings. Okay. Now, other question which is there, that why are we so curious? Why in our lives are we so curious? What is this jigyasa element all about? We are curious because we are suspicious. We are suspicious because I think we lack a sense of respect for individual privacy. Okay. Why are you curious? Because you are suspicious. Why are you suspicious? You are suspicious because you lack that sense of respect for individual privacy. Okay, so on being asked that is it equally true for both men and women? So the sense, whether does it looms large only with men or just women, then she replies that it is not an easy question. Rather, we can say that women are more constrained. Women are more constrained, that is, they have more challenges, they have more things to be taken care of, but men might face similar constraints, right? That is, they have their enormous commitments too. So it is not only that women, they have constraints, but we as men, we also have enormous commitments, we also have enormous challenges, promises. Miles to go before the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So this is like before shouldering your final or the ultimate sleep, which is death. Before dying, you have to shoulder so many responsibilities in your life. So it is not easy, right? It is not easy. Now, the next question is, how would you interpret the act of setting the forest on fire by Raka now? Okay. Were you aware that it could possibly be a subversion of the patriarchal system, where Ila Das, Nanda Kaul and Raka exist as outsiders, as marginalized figures? Okay. So the answer to this, Anita Desai replies, she says, when I was writing, I had no idea what I was going to write. As I wrote it, it became inevitable. Okay. Violence is there within Nanda Kaul, Ila Das, and even the child. So there is this violence. Okay, there this violence of which there had been no expression in their lives. So there this violence, and even in the child, violence is there from the beginning. It is a denial of what they have been led to believe. So there this constant denial of, so you may say that, okay, you are not violent, you are very calm, composed, and you are not bogged down by the manners or the fashions or the trends of society, but certainly you are. There's this violent streak in you. Okay, so which has not found a kind of expression in general sense, but they were. So this is a constant mode of denial. You keep on saying, okay, no, this is not this. No, 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 sorry, they cannot say like this. Okay, no, no, no. So you constantly keep on denying the fact, but the practices they have been constantly saying on and on and on and again. So there is this kind of violence which is there from the very beginning. So as for Raka, she certainly comes into her own in the land of Kasoli. Now when she comes to Kasoli, she is all by herself. No, there is no monitoring, there is no checking, there is nothing when it comes to Raka. She is all by herself. She can do n number of things what she wants to. So there is desires, all her desires are coming to fruition. So the child was able to make the gesture of denial, whereas Iladas and Nanda Kaul, they were not able to give an expression to this violence. So the violence which was there in Raka, she found a kind of expression of this denial by setting the forest on fire, right? So that is her mode of denial, finding an expression by setting fire in the forest, setting the forest on fire. So that is why fire on the mountain. So this fire is of the destruction. Okay. So whereas adults are much constrained, right? They have their limitation, they have their confinement. Okay, you have to behave in this manner only. Whereas with Raka, it was not so. Raka could express herself, right? So that is there. So on being asked, Anita Desai was asked that what do you think, because the Raka as a character is now developed, how do you think Raka emerging as a character further? So Anita Desai says that definitely Raka would not be a conventional character as we have Nanda Kaul or as we have Ila Das or anybody for that matter. Raka is certainly not going to be a conventional woman. Now I don't bring the rest of her life at all. अभी के लिए इतना ही है कि राका को हम इतना ही कह सकते हैं, उससे ज्यादा नहीं कह सकते. Now Nanda Kaul for Northrop Frye, there is an expression by Northrop Frye which you will read in a study in semester 3rd. Please write this expression: an absence of something, or a presence of nothingness. An absence of something or a presence of nothingness. Or a presence of nothingness. Okay, then further she is being asked a question that do you put yourself parallel to your women? That is, do you identify when it comes to different characters that you as a writer, Anita Desai, do you find a parallel with any of those characters, be it Nanda Kaul or be it Maya, be it anyone for that matter? So then she said that, well, yes, of course. With my books, I have to acknowledge them. That is, with my books, I have to acknowledge them. But whereas one is oneself in a fluid state, the book has to remain static. So the only difference with me and my character is that I am in a fluid state. Okay, I am in motion. It is dynamic when it comes to Anita Desai as a writer or as an individual or as a woman. But when it comes to the character, they are static because they have this complete, say, a range is defined. That this is the shade, this is the mood, this is the tone, and this is the tenor of the character. Whereas for me, I can take any form or I can take any which way I want to traverse, which way I want to travel. Okay, so it is like in my case, it is not static, it is fluid. Whereas with my characters, it is like static. And I suppose that is why writers lose interest. You have gone beyond them to other books. In case of some, it can be a mistake. But on the whole, if writing is your way of life, you keep writing. Okay? You keep writing. Now, some of the major influences which Anita Desai admits when it comes to English literature, as English literature she has had, she mentioned that writers like Rilke, now Dostoevsky is there, Sartre is there, Camus is there. In her own words, so these are various philosophers, okay? So we understand that her novels or her characters will have a deep sense of psychology, philosophy, and mysticism. Because these famous people, Rilke is there, Dostoevsky is there, Sartre is there, Camus is there. Most of them you have studied in that existentialism essay. Okay, now this is so we have psychology, we have philosophy, we have mysticism in, and we have existentialism also in the characters. Now, do you imagine and create a landscape, or is it a given? Right? So she replies that yes, one meets it halfway by recognizing it through language. So my book Fire on the Mountain started just with the landscape. I put the figures later. In a way, landscape made their lives, created whole drama. I'm sure that's how it was for the Bronte sisters. It was there, they could have written different books about social gatherings, churchgoers, but their eyes were turned to landscape. They chose to create a landscape, a new world. Right? These are some of the pertinent questions which have been raised to the author.